years ago, maps have played an important role in the development of our country, including right here in North Carolina.
But interestingly enough, some of the most important maps in North Carolina weren't about roads or how to get around. Well, here's tonight's We the People.
Now this is a cool map.
Chuck Ketchy's home in Charlotte is filled with maps, thousands of them.
Why are you so fascinated with maps?
Interesting. I'll give credit to Dad for that one. So, history, he loved history. And we traveled the country.
Maps of North Carolina, maps of grist mills, terrain, cities, towns, maps of just about everything North Carolina dating back to the 1600s.
What they do is they pinpoint the exact location of all the place names in the history of North Carolina. The towns, the communities, post office, churches, cemeteries, mountains, streams, all the place names that have ever been on a map throughout North Carolina history going back 1700s are now put on a scaled county map.
In an earlier We the People, we told you about the Battle of Kings Mountain and how it helped turn the tide of the Revolutionary War. This is the map that was most likely used by both sides in the conflict. It's not as detailed as you might expect.
And what they were looking for with those were, I think, waypoints, where the creek, where the fords were. I mean, that was the most important things for those maps, where they could cross the major rivers at, or were strategic locations, looking for mills. That early map that I said had 30 mills on it, so they would notice that, and that would be a strategic item possibly, during that war for both sides. Here's a soil map.
Maps played an important role in the early development of North Carolina, but not necessarily because of the routes and roadways they showed.
And those would be county soil maps that were done between 1900 and 1920 by the state of North Carolina to promote our agriculture.
In order to attract more people and business to North Carolina, the state used maps to show potential farmers what good soil was available and where. These older maps are a wonderful window into the history and growth in the state.
So for historians doing research on their family and they can't find the town that their grandfather or grandmother was born in, it might have changed names or it might have gone away. A lot of towns have gone away when the post office went through their cleaning period. 1903 was one. A lot of communities disappeared because that was their only mark on the map was the post office, basically.
When you look at early maps of Charlotte in Mecklenburg County,
there's not a definitive line describing exactly where it is, but it says Charlottesburg and not Charlotte.
It makes you appreciate just how much the city and county have grown over the years.
The earliest map from the Spratt collection is 1872, and that's the William Springs property that went from Providence Road to Providence, Sharon-Amity.
And a fun fact, most of these early maps were drawn by members of one family.
Now, the Spratts were the official county surveyors in Mecklenburg County from around 1920 up until 1970 when they got rid of the position of official county surveyor.
One other aspect beyond what the maps show, and they certainly show a lot, is simply the fact that they are works of art.
The ones in the 20s, they were done on a starched linen paper, which is a unique paper, and these things are 100 years old. It looks like they were done yesterday. So the craftsmanship, some of them have a million lines meeting, and there's not one. These are hand-drawn maps.
So Chuck is now in the process of digitizing all those maps. It's a huge project, digitizing the maps, the index each little nook and cranny on them, and it's a labor of love for Chuck. He majored in geography in college. He went to Appalachian, by the way. He's a printer by trade, and all this map stuff, it's actually a hobby for him.
Now, First Alert Weather with meteorologist